Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beth and I teach 3rd and 4th grade in Missouri. And if you're just now tuning in, hello. If you've been watching for a little bit, you may have noticed I have not been vlogging in a few weeks. So I'm just going to fill you guys in on what's been happening in my room and why I have been absent from YouTube. So the first thing is things got hectic. So I have been struggling really bad on figuring out how to grade my papers. For double classes, it's very difficult to do. So I have come up with a solution that I will still be giving assignments throughout the week, but I'm only going to be choosing the assignments that really show that I want the students to master the most, and choosing those for my main assignments to put into the gradebook. I'm still looking at the other assignments to make sure that the understanding is there, but I'm not going to be grading everything because there's no way. When you've got stacks and stacks of papers that you have not graded, it gets overwhelming. So I want less stress in my life. Okay, so the second thing I've been having trouble with is when I only had one class, I was able to complete a lesson and assign the work, and then we meet one-on-one with the student if they need help. That does not happen when you have two classes. With every class, no matter where you teach, there's always going to be a retention lag that's going to be there, and it could be high school, it could be, you know, 1st grade, 3rd grade. It's going to be there, and so whenever you have double classes like I do, it becomes very hard fitting in that intervention time that you need, like my rep time. It is very, very hard because I feel like I have to hit everything when I can, and that intervention's not being there, even though I know it's important, and it kills me. Like, it feels like the workload is so much that I am completely overwhelmed. And so when that happens to teachers, we tend to just want out of our rooms. And not in a bad way, but like, you don't want to stay after any longer and get stuff done. And so that's like the kind of attitude I've had the last couple weeks, and that's not the right attitude to have, which I am working on it. I'm trying to fit my schedule so my kids' attention is more alert during the morning, and keeping that momentum during the afternoon. So I think I mentioned in an earlier video that I did have to switch my math and my reading time around because my kids they were not awake during math in the morning. So I moved my reading to the morning time, and it seems to be working. And then I moved my math until after lunch, and it does seem to be a lot better that way. So that's a plus. I have to close those gaps, those achievement gaps that I'm seeing in my students. I am doing whole lessons with both classes on the third grade standard. Now, someone asked me, why are you doing that? And what are you going to do next year? Because the other kids are going to remember what you're doing. The goal is not just to do one lesson. The goal is to hit the 3rd grade standard and then build with the 4th graders to ensure that they're getting their standard. Because if you look at the math standards for Missouri, it's just a building block. You just have to add in another place value for rounding. You just add in another place value for adding and knowing what those place values are. So in that sense, there's no problem with me doing a 3rd grade lesson and building it up. If it's going to keep the kids engaged, because I've tried doing split lessons with centers, and the centers just get chaotic because one group doesn't understand a whole, like, there's just so much going on that it makes it kind of chaotic. And so I've kind of put centers on hold, and next week I'm going to restart them after our whole lesson is done. Like teach the 3rd grade lesson, send them to a center, pull the 4th grade forward, do their building block, and then send them to centers. Something that I've run into is I know you're only supposed to do like a 10-minute mini lesson, but there's so much that needs to be recovered that sometimes it takes longer. And so I don't try to throw a whole lot on my students. And that's just for me. I choose to do that just so I know. It's just best practice just to cover it so they know and understand, and do the examples so they are aware of how to do it. And for those of you who are wondering standard-wise where we are at the adding and subtracting of multiple digits, which is not a bad thing at all. It's not a race to see who gets done first. Okay. You have to know your students first, and you need to meet their needs. So if you're doing those 2 things, you're good to go. And yeah, something cool that is happening. The school gave us these little flyers for a company. Let me see what the name is so you guys can check it out. So the company's name is Student Treasures, and they sent out flyers for students to get packets, for teachers to get packets, for their students to make a classroom book. And I looked at it and I was like, okay, if we can at least get 1 copy free, like if it's going to instill like writing for these kids to show, hey, yes, our work is published, then I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what I can for these kids to have meaning. And so we are going to be doing fall poems for our book. It comes with a huge set. I will have to show you tomorrow because I won't have time to show you today. But it has, I think you get like 50 pages, and having a really small class size, my kids are going to be able to write like 5 or 6 poems each. If you have a class of 20, then you may just want to do 1 poem each, because they get to do a photo too with it. So they are able to put their writing and make a book. They sound really excited about it. I'm hitting the poetry kind of hard, just to make sure that it is covered and that they understand and get ready for the next year up. So they do, when you get your packet, they do send you have to create a deadline, and a deadline to be done, and a deadline to ship in the materials that you need to have in. And they send you everything, and then they send you letters to send home on how much each book is going to cost. There's a paperback version or a hardback version. I think it's only like a little bit of money difference between the hardback and the softback books. But I am excited if I can just at least get 1 or 2 copies, 1 for our classroom and 1 for the school library. I think that'd be really cool for the kids to see. And I have gotten these flyers in my mailbox before, and I really didn't look at it. I think I just saw like $15 free Amazon card. I was like, oh, free stuff, I want it. But no, like seriously, if you're interested, you can go in and go to studenttreasures.com, and you can kind of check out what they have. And I don't think you have to have a flyer to do it. I think you can just go on the website and get it. And it's like the special going on is like a thank you. So if you get it, if you see this, it's not sponsored by the way. If you see this video, and it's before Thanksgiving, set some time aside to go get your classroom some books that they make themselves. So anyway, back to my classroom, some good things that are happening. So I did dive in and do the reading curriculum, and I do love it. The only problem is I'm having trouble meeting the standards as I'm going through. Like it's just not flowing like I want to. Probably because a 3rd grade curriculum is supposed to be just for 3rd grade for the whole day. And I just can't do that. And it really stinks because it is good material and it is really good if it's used the correct way. But there's no way for me to get everything in when I have 2 classes. If it was just 1 class, if I just had 4th grade, I could set aside an hour to do spelling, an hour to do writing, an hour to do language arts, an hour to do the reading. I'd be able to do that, but I have 2 classes and I can't spend one full day just doing the reading and trying to get everything done, and I have to get done in it. There's no way. So I am pulling the spelling from there. But as far as hitting the standards, I am just going to be doing picture books and trying my best to pull those reading standards in. So like today, or yesterday, we read the book Too Many Pumpkins, and we just analyzed the characters, the setting, the problem, solution. Tomorrow they are going to, I modeled it, they helped me. Tomorrow they are going to be doing it on their own. So can they remember who the character was, characters, the problem, the setting, and things like that. So I'm trying just to do like trying to get some fall books. I did get some from Scholastic, but I don't know if I'm going to have enough to get through everything. I do have some on my Amazon wish list that I'm thinking about going ahead and pulling and just buying, so I have them. But I'm really just not sure on how I'm going to do that yet. So we're focusing in on pumpkins this week. Next week I think we're going to do apples. And then the 3rd week we're going to just focus in on leaves and colors and how things change during the fall. I'm kind of rambling. Sorry, it's been a day. Social studies has been going pretty good. I've been trying to hit that every single day. My 4th graders like to join in for the Missouri history for 3rd grade, and I let them. There's no harm in, because there's something they need to know. They need to know what the capital of Missouri is, and they need to know like that's where you live. You need to know like what happens in the state, and so they get to do that. And we're we're not really wrapping up. So my 3rd graders just got done with the regions in Missouri, and I'm getting ready to make a Jenga game for them to play. That's going to have little cards. Hopefully I can get it done. Little cards that's going to have some questions on there with a color, and if it's the right color, they answer it correctly, they can move that Jenga piece and collect it. I will also put on there, on the bottom of the card, there might be some that say peek, and the peek means that they can look into their interactive notebook for their Missouri history interactive notebook and peek and see what the answer is. I'm not going to put it on all of them, but the ones that I know that's going to be hard, like the regions or the cities, I'm going to put them on there for them for sure. For 4th grade social studies, we are continuing on with the physical features of the United States. So today we talked about the Atlantic coastal plains and the Great Plains and the Great Continental Divide. And they're going to be starting to do their maps. Like I have a copy of a blank map. That's upside down. A blank map that I'm going to be just making different maps on there, and they have to go in and label and know where everything is. I'm trying to think what else we have done. Science has come and put on the back burner, and I think it's okay to say that it's okay to put things on the back burner. Our school is working on our curriculum, so eventually we want to start combining our ELA and our social studies together. That is our goal, but we're going really slow. So for PD on Friday, we're going to be looking at our math standards and getting priority standards in set. That's going to be our goal for this year, and I really hope next year we can do ELA and social studies and get them connected, so it frees up a little bit of time to get that science in. And if you are from Missouri and you teach elementary, you know what the science standards look like. And if you have figured it out, the Missouri science standards for elementary, even for high school, if you figured it out, let me know. Make a video, send me something that deciphers the hidden message in them, because they're really hard. So, and I'm just being honest, I'm not the only one, so don't come for me, I know. They're really hard to figure out what they want us to teach our kiddos. But I think since we're talking about fall and the poems of fall, I may just go ahead and start in on plants and organisms, and just do the whole living thing, non-living unit next. I might as well go ahead and get started on it, because once we hit parent-teacher conferences, the rest of the year is going to fly, like fly. And before we know it, it'll be Christmas break, and it will be a good break, I think. Like I said, I'm rambling, I'm sorry. But other than that, I think it's been going okay. My Puzzle Wars, since it's been so crazy, it's been really hard to watch. And since I stopped doing Sinners, I kind of put a hold on that. But my Lemon team is in the lead. And Limes are really close. I think they're only off by, they have 6. I think they're only down by 3. And really, it's not a race to who gets done first. It's, you can get it as soon as your board gets filled up. And each team is getting the same goal. The reward is iPad time, which update. So all of our Chromebooks are in, but iPads have not gotten here yet. I don't really know when we're going to get them, but I know it's in the works, and I know we will get them. So we just have to be patient, because I know once we get them, it's going to make things a little bit easier for us. Just watching student mastery on how they're doing. But yeah, as I look around my room, I'm not even going to show you because it's a mess. But something I am doing for behavior. So I've had a lot of chat. It's a big chatty group, and so to break that down, to get that to stop, I give out a warning. So I use my whiteboard for this. So if a student is talking or out of their seat or not staying on task, they lose dojo points, and they also get their name on the board. Once their name is on the board, that means that they owe me 1 lap at recess. And I just have them go around the playground, because I think they still need to be active during recess. I don't think it's right to take away their recess entirely. But when it is the one thing that is their time that they waste, if they waste a teacher's time, I think then they should be wasting their own time. And that's just what I think. But I do have them walk, so they're still getting their exercise. So if they get their name on the board, it is 1 lap. Now, if it happens again, they put a check mark. 1 check mark is 3 minutes of walking. 2 check marks is 5 minutes of walking. And then 3 check marks is 10 minutes of walking. And I do that. I do it just because I do want them to be active. I think sitting them up against the wall and making them lose their recess, or making them take their workout to recess, only makes them hate the work more. And I have seen a little bit of a change since I did this. The chattiness has really stopped. One other thing that has really stopped the chattiness is that I've had to do this. This is a learning year, okay? One thing that I've also done is when I'm working, I have learned, I'm a 6th year teacher, and I'm still learning. I have to keep one group busy while the other group is working with me. And so I will print off, cursive pages, which everyone's doing it now, so even 3rd grade. They get a cursive page in the morning. They have to write the date. Like today is October 1st, 2019. Tomorrow is Wednesday. They have to put that all in cursive on the back of the page. which I can show you guys this in the morning. So then I give them math pages that are reviewed. So I give them like a drill page, which is not timed. I give them, like, we just got done with rounding, so I'll give them a rounding page that they have to do. And then I've been doing like reading comprehension of what our skill is. When we get to doing the maps, different grades will be getting the maps as well in there for them to work on, and they have to get them done. The rounding pages, the math pages, I may choose to have that as one of my weekly grades. So I tell the kids, yes, that's a lot of work that I'm asking you to get done, but it's also for a grade. So it keeps them busy. It's not just fluff. It's not a coloring page. It's not something that is just a waste of time. It is something that they need to be working on. I have a class of 9 that might struggle with subtraction, and so I'm going to give them something that's going to help them with it. And so it is different teaching 2 classes. It is hard teaching 2 classes. So I just want to say that I'm still here. I might not be able to vlog as much as I want to, but I at least want to get a couple days in at a time. Even if I give you like a Monday run through of the week and then pick up the camera again on Friday, I want to do that because bless your hearts, the people who have commented or sent me messages on Instagram, which by the way, follow me at Not a Morning Teacher. Those of you who have done that, thank you. There is so much negativity going on in just the education field itself that teachers need support. They get it in their buildings, but let me tell you, the social media for teachers is getting kind of bad, and it's kind of ridiculous that teachers can be critics of other teachers when they're not in that same situation. We have to be kind. We teach it. We should preach it. Because kids are also watching kids read things. And if someone is, talking down about a teacher who wants their room to feel like home and puts in the extra time and effort with how their room looks, like, give them a praise, like, hey, good for you. I may not have the time to do that, but that's okay. If you are a teacher whose room is just basic, that is fine, because it's not about the things, okay? The best thing in life are not things. You can make a simple room with just 4 walls feel like home. And so this is a real job. It's a real profession, and people can be so mean. But let me tell you, you walk into your room every day and you see whether you've got 5, 9, 20, 32 faces that you walk into a room every single day, you are making a difference. And so if you are someone who needs uplifting, if you need someone to shine or acknowledge the little jobs that you are doing every single day, we need to have each other's backs. And so with that being said, now this has been on my mind for a while. I think that we need to celebrate one another. I think teachers need to let out the little praises that happen every single day. And so this is what I'm proposing. I'm going to propose in 2 weeks. I am going to be putting a post on my Instagram page saying, it's going to say something like, let's celebrate. So if you see something that has happened really good in your room, whether a student has turned in their homework all week, whether it is your students have mastered a goal that they've been struggling with for weeks on end. If you have that one student who their behavior has been amazing that has not been, don't drop names, but let me know those little celebrations, and I will be getting on Instagram to do Instagram Live, so we can get on there together and just celebrate our little wins. I call them the peaks and the valleys of the week. So let me know your peaks. If there is a high point in your week, I want to know about it. If there is something you are struggling with, that is a valley that you just want me to know, or let other people know. It's not just me, okay? Other people see this too, and they can comment and give you feedback on what to do or suggestions or where to even start. If it's you, if it's a teacher who is like, my desk, and this is me, my desk has been an absolute disaster, like a tornado, like Bermuda Triangle. It has been like that for the last 2 weeks. And if you, as a teacher, has cleaned off your desk, I want to know about it, because that is a big deal, okay? Our classrooms is a big deal. If I were to show my room, it is a mess, okay? That's probably going to be my goal for the week, is to get my desk cleaned off. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is, in 2 weeks, I'm probably going to be posting it on Thursday, okay? Thursday, it'll be up in the morning. Drop me your peak, or drop me a valley, and we are going to celebrate each other on Saturday mornings. So I think I'm going to be getting on live around 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, and let's celebrate each other, because sometimes we don't have the support we need, okay? Sometimes we need other teachers to celebrate with. We have a tribe, okay? As teachers, our job is to teach little minds to think big. And some of you may be feeling defeated, and that is okay, but do not give up. I have been seeing so many posts about teachers being burnt out already, and it's September. Yes, the workload may be hard. It's a hard profession. Parent support may not be there, but let me tell you, we have to put our kids first, okay? So I'm here for you. There's going to be, our whole tribe is going to be there for you. It may just be you and me live on a Saturday morning. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday. We will be doing the live. Alright, so mark it on your calendar. Be looking on my Instagram. If you don't follow me, go ahead and do it. Okay? If you have something that you want to celebrate early, go ahead and comment down below, and on Friday I'll do a shout out. Okay, we'll just do a shout out Friday. It's in the week. We made it. Hallelujah. Let's just praise each other and uplift each other for the next week to come. I do not want negativity on there, so if you have something that you're concerned about, message me. We can talk, give feedback. I'm going to try to take just a topic that everyone has from their celebrations and just talk a bit about it a little bit in the live. So as I read your guys's, I'm going to shout out your celebrations. I may also put in just a little bit of feedback myself on things to help you with. So please mark your calendars next Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. Please come and join us, because I think we need it. I need it. I know for sure. So get your coffee ready. You can stay in your PJs. I'll be in my PJs. Okay, Ari may be a little crazy, my son, but we need to celebrate each other. So I look forward to seeing you guys. I'm going to try to blog a little bit more this week. I hope this clarified why I have not been vlogging. It has been crazy, and I hope that you guys have a great week, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. If you like what you see and if you want to see more, please make sure to like and subscribe my video. It's a red button down here or here, one of the two. Hit that, and you guys can be notified anytime I upload a video. And also for those extra little shout outs I might give from my comments down below, maybe you don't have Instagram, maybe you're not into the social media, go ahead and drop it down below and I will do a shout out video on Fridays. Shout out videos Fridays, celebration Saturdays. Okay, let's keep it positive, let's be kind, and let's have a great school year. And with that being said, I will see you guys next one. This is Real This Time. Bye guys.